Yo, another video of a specific map. If you are doing Maven 10-way farming or you are doing memory fragment map farming. Today's map is not like Arena. Arena you can get lost in. This one, if you get lost in, I question your sanity. But I'm just going to show you Summit and then I'm going to make videos for the other maps. The goal here is just to get to the end as quickly as possible so that you can move on. You don't want to spend any time in the map whatsoever. So I'll just run 5 maps here. Summit, the reason why I would question your sanity is because there's a little road. It doesn't have yellow bricks, but if you literally just move your character along this little road, then you will find yourself at the end of the map. This is not normally how I run this map, but I am doing it here just to show if you want a guaranteed foolproof way to get to the end, there you have it. I will speak a little bit about ways that I fight the boss or don't fight the boss, but for the sake of this one, you kill the first phase, you go through the middle, kill the second one, and now we're out. So you'll hear me as I make these videos talk about a concept called edge farming. Edge farming is referencing the fact that inside of a maze, if you put your hand on one wall and don't take your hand off of that wall and just keep walking, you will eventually get to the end of the maze. So for a lot of maps I do, I edge farm. In Summit, I prefer to just grab the left wall. The reason for this is sometimes that road is windy and sometimes the wall is windy as well. But in my testing, it feels like I get to the end of the map faster if I'm not going through and trying to follow that road around. Now, on the boss, if you don't have enough single target, you may not one phase him like that. Hopefully one of these maps we'll get to see an example of me not one phasing him. That's not worth anything, sorry for my filter. But I'm doing more than just a couple maps so that you can see the different ways that Summit can spawn in. Sometimes the orientation of the map is different. Sometimes there's a little ravine at the front that you need to jump across. That is not the case in this one. Some comments from earlier videos that I've been making in Mirage League. If you are actually just trying to maximize your speed, then buying a two corrupted Mage Blood and putting in a really good Quicksilver or a really good Onslaught, apologies, both of those, will be super helpful. I'm wearing Headhunter. I just have fun wearing it. I think it's a fun item. And I do some other farming strats, so I don't really want to maintain both. I'll try to slow kill the boss this time in the first phase, so if you don't have the single target. There's one thing I wanted to note on doing a little dance with the goat man. But again, you'll see I'm just hugging left wall. We still didn't have a ravine spawn in. Hopefully that happens next map, so you can at least see it once. Here's the end. Okay, so when he lands, if you're doing damage and he does this, oh, I still killed him too fast. We'll try it again on the 5th one. Here in this section, I really only fire arrows to get my Quicksilver Flask back up. I'm not actually trying to kill anyone there. But my Quicksilver Flask has charges gained when you deal a crit. So I will fire them there if my Quicksilver Flask is down. We'll do one more and see how it goes, and then potentially a 6th. We don't see what I would like to show. Again, if you want to just follow the road, if you want to hug right, it's fine. This is anecdotal, it's not. My apologies. We'll do one more map after this one. Again, you see it just did that to get my Quicksilver up. Get over here. Okay. We'll just throw that one in. Essentially, if I can't get the boss to do it, hopefully this doesn't reflect. If I can't get the boss to do it, what you do is when he goes on fire and is running towards you, you want to stand close to him, and then here's the ravine I'm talking about. If you have a long distance skill, you jump across, If you don't, then you just need to go across the bridge, and then you can continue hugging the left wall. Back to the boss. You want to basically just stand close to him and try to get him to swing at you quickly instead of standing far away. Otherwise, it'll take longer to phase him through. So see if he'll do it here. So he's on fire. He's still phased. Basically, when he goes on fire, he'll look at you. You just want to step here. He'll try and swing here. Step there. He'll try and swing there. Step there. He'll try and swing there. Then he'll usually jump down to here and jump off. So you just want to try and get those animations out of the way as fast as possible. If you stand far away or you run away from him, then it'll just take more of your time for no purpose. So that's Summit map. I'll get some of the other maps out. These guides are not meant to definitively say the fastest way to run the maps. They're just giving anecdotal stories of how I run them to try to farm up Echo of Reverences. Recently, Echo of Reverences have sold in dry times for about 1.5 div per one Echo of Reverence. So taking these and running through maps as fast as possible is still a really good farm strat as far as I'm concerned. So hope that's helpful. Talk to you guys later.